In a village where the rooftops lean together like old friends sharing secrets, autumn has come quietly, filling the gutters with copper leaves and the air with the smell of wood smoke and ripe pears. The nights arrive earlier now, pressing their blue weight against the window panes. And somewhere above the last house on the narrowest street, in an attic where dust settles like gray snow, a single flame, no larger than a dewdrop, flickers inside a lantern that no one remembers hanging there. It pulses once, twice, as though it is breathing, as though it is trying to speak. The lantern is old. Its brass is tarnished to the color of a forgotten coin, and one of its glass panels bears a crack that runs like a river on a tiny map. It was carried once, long ago, by a lamplighter who walked the village streets each evening, touching his flame to every post until the whole town glowed amber. But the lamplighter grew old and gas lamps came, and then electric light. And the lantern was placed in the attic the way one places a letter one means to answer but never does. Now the lantern hangs from a nail beside a broken rocking horse and a box of letters tied with ribbon. Its flame should have gone out years ago. It has not, because the lantern dreams. It dreams of being carried again through the dark, of lighting someone's way home. This longing is what keeps its small fire alive, stubborn, trembling, warm. But longing, when it has nowhere to go, becomes a kind of ache that dims even the bravest flame. One October night, a sound rises from the street below, not the wind. Not a cat, but the soft, hitching breath of a child crying. The lantern's flame stands upright, listening. Through the cracked glass panel it sees her. A girl of perhaps 7, wearing a coat too thin for the season, standing at the place where the village road forks into the forest. She turns one way, then the other. She is lost. The lantern feels something shift inside its old brass chest, a pull, a warmth. A sudden brightness it has not known in decades. Its flame swells until the crack in the glass hums with light. And the nail loosens from the rafter, and the lantern drops, not crashing, but drifting, the way a leaf falls when the air is perfectly still, down through the attic, through the open window and into the night. The girl sees it first as a floating spark. She does not scream. Children who are truly lost do not scream at light, they follow it. And so she follows. The lantern drifts ahead of her, just above the path, casting a circle of gold that makes the wet leaves shine like beaten metal. The forest accepts them both. Owls turn their heads. Mushrooms along the trail glow faintly in answer to the lantern's flame, as though the woods remember an old language of light and are glad to hear it spoken again. But the deeper they walk, the more the lantern's flame costs. Each gust of wind through the trees pulls at it, and the brass grows warm the way skin grows warm with fever. The lantern understands now what the lamplighter must have always known, that to light the way for someone, you must be willing to burn. They reach a stream where the bridge has washed away. The girl stops, afraid. The lantern descends to the water's surface and gives everything it has. Its flame blazes, truly blazes, and the light reveals stepping stones just beneath the current, mossy and sure. The girl crosses, one stone at a time, her small shoes darkening with water, her eyes fixed on the lantern's glow. On the other side, the lantern flickers dangerously, its glass panel cracks further. But it does not go out. Beyond the stream, the forest opens into a meadow. And there, at its edge, stands a farmhouse with a candle burning in the window. The girl gasps. She knows this place. She is home. She reaches for the lantern, and when her fingers close around its handle, she feels what lives inside it. Not fire, but a dream, the dream of being needed, of being enough. And the lantern feels her warmth pass through the brass, through the cracked glass, into the flame itself. And it understands something it has waited its whole life to learn. That a light is not made small by its size, it is made great by what it loves enough to illuminate. The ache that dimmed it all those attic years was never weakness, it was readiness. The girl carries the lantern to her mother's door, and the door opens, and there is warmth and arms and home. She sets the lantern on the windowsill beside the candle, and its flame, spent, fragile, settles into a steady, quiet glow. It is not placed in an attic again. Each evening the girl lights it and sets it in the window facing the forest road, so that anyone who is lost might see it and find their way. The brass never shines like new, and the cracked glass is never mended, but the flame never goes out. And in that village where the rooftops lean together like old friends, they say the lantern dreams still, not of being carried, but of the footsteps it hears drawing closer through the dark, guided home by the smallest and most stubborn of lights.